I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Nick, aka the Titans Fanatic. Trying to get myself on straight here. Well, watched that game, that one quarter that we showed up for, and then decided to try to get Will Levis assassinated. I don't know what was going on with the play calling was atrocious, but I think the offensive line play was even worse. I don't even know where to start. It was just terrible. So I didn't even set up my whole do it on the computer. I just was like, I'm just gonna show up and give my best performance, like the offensive line, and give you my raw reaction to I guess the end of our dream of the playoffs, which I always have been saying in the last few videos I thought was no chance that we were ever going to make it. I thought we had a chance of maybe pulling one off with the Texans right now because they were so injured. And it shows how last week's game against Miami was a fluke. And how we've been so bad this year that people have rode on these like emotional tidal waves of like, you know, we're horrible. I mean, we're horrible and then we're great, and then we're horrible and we're great, and fire Vrabel, fire everybody, and then like Vrabel's the greatest coach of all times, and then, you know, blah 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 blah. It's just something crazy every second, every week to week. We're just, I think we have some parts. I mean, I've been saying it all season. I mean, Hopkins is a good receiver, great receiver, Hall of Fame receiver. He's probably not in his prime, but he's still really good. Will Levis is up and coming. He makes rookie mistakes. But, I mean, there's nothing. The start of the game, the offensive line was doing pretty good. They were giving him some pockets. Houston did not know at that time, I don't believe, that we had no chance of running on them. So the play actions were still working. And once they realized that we couldn't get any run yards whatsoever, and Derrick Henry was like, I think I looked it up because I was telling my fiance how bad Derrick Henry's game was. And, you know, is it all Derrick Henry? No. Is it 90%, 80% offensive line, and some Derrick Henry is starting to lose some of his acceleration? Yes. But, like, I think he had 16 carries for, like, I can't remember. It was like 9 yards or something ridiculous. It was like, I was like, this has to be the worst game of Derrick Henry's career, like, ever. You know, so I think that, like, I don't know if he needs to, but I don't know if he needs to. They need to do something different. Like, that was the biggest thing that was like, this was Tim Kelly's worst play calling. And I'm not saying I'm the greatest X's and O's guys, but I could see this was like offensively pounding your head against the wall. Like, we knew that the freaking run plays weren't running, but still, we would run up the middle, like, with nobody blocking. We would still do that, like, repeatedly throughout the entire game. And I know it's because we want to set up play action, but you can't have play action if you don't have a run game, because they're not going to bite on the play action because it's not working. Like, I don't understand, like, why that was so hard for him to figure out. Why do we not have any, like, crossing routes, like short routes? Why is everything running or, like, a big over-the-top 40-yard passing play? Why do we not have any sprinkled in anything else in the offense. And like I thought it was so funny. There was a couple times that like they went to Vrabel after like you could tell it was an obvious stupid offensive play call, and Vrabel was just looking like, what are we doing? This guy's an idiot. Like I'm not even an offensive coach, and I know you don't do that. Like it was so crazy. Like I'm not saying I don't sit here and say anybody needs to be fired off of one game. I thought they did pretty well last week. Can they do pretty good next week? Maybe. I don't know. But like in this game, they need to study and figure out what they were doing wrong. I mean, they may not be able to fix it. I don't know. I don't know if Will Levis will play anymore. That hit at the end of the game, he looked like he possibly could dislocated 4 bones in his leg. I don't know what happened. It looked rough though. Like they wouldn't even show the replay. And I know the kid's stuff is nails because I mean he got up, walked off, and went in the tent. They looked at him. He got off and walked around after the game. After it looked like he broke his leg off, but I mean, still, it's crazy that like our offensive line is so bad that like even though yeah, sometimes like I think that he's making bad throws or maybe he's holding onto the ball just a second too late. Like there was guys like right there on him. It was repeatedly they were showing like plays where like there was 2 offensive linemen taking on 1 defensive lineman, and the defensive linemen were winning. And they were like throwing both offensive linemen like get out the way, and they would just throw Peter Skoronsky and the left tackle, and they would throw both of them out of the way, and they would just be right there in Will Levis's lap in 3 seconds. I was like, what is going on? Is this turnstile offensive line play? Like, I don't understand. It was just terrible. I don't know, but I guess the good thing is we can stop talking about going to the playoffs. That dream's dead. And we can start focusing on next year, what we're going to do in free agency, what we might potentially do in any free agency pickups. We're going to have a lot of money. Who will retain, who will let go, draft, how we're going to work all that situation. I don't know if, like I said, I don't think Will Levis should play the rest of the year. I mean, we don't have nothing to play for other than his experience, but there's potential that he may not even be able to play the rest of his career the way this offensive line is playing. So I just rest him. Ryan Tannehill's getting like $40 million to sit on the bench. Let him go out there and try to risk his legs. I don't know. I'm not trying to be mean, but like, jeez, the man's making millions of dollars. He could buy new legs for crying out loud after he gets out of the NFL. So like, do that or something. I mean, but I don't understand this. We have a potential franchise quarterback, and let's give him the worst offensive line to have ever played in the NFL. I don't know. It's weird. But either or, that's my rant or whatever you want to call it. I guess I'll try to think of some stuff that I'll hit up next week. Maybe I'm thinking of is Derrick Henry worth keeping? Because he's still going to want a pretty penny to stay, I have a feeling. So is he worth keeping around, despite the fact that he can't have a potential good game here and there? We'll look at the next game, which I believe is the Seattle Seahawks. We'll talk about that in the next video. Thank you guys for, if you like, share, sub, all that other YouTube stuff. Thank you for watching, and peace.